want to start out by, I guess, thanking the Morgantown Area Partnership for the opportunity to speak, and let's see if I can answer some of their questions. To introduce myself, I came to Morgantown for a year, and that was 50 years ago. I raised my family here. I have 2 boys. Wife is deceased. I am currently the Second Ward Council person. I've been on council now for coming on 8 years, 4 terms. I've served on various boards and commissions, currently on the MPO, Housing Advisory Commission, Historic Landmarks Commission. I've been on Sunnyside Up, and I've participated in numbers, anywhere from the bicycle board, pedestrian board, to you name it. I've been involved with it, I'm afraid. Pretty much the reason why I'm running again, I thought this time around I was going to not participate. But when all of council, or the majority of council, decided not to run again, and we had a new city manager, and that city manager was facing a hiring of 4 new department heads, I didn't want to put the burden of a brand new council on him also. Better or worse, that's why I'm in it. I'm going to do what I can to help him as much as I can and move this city forward, as I believe we have been doing in the past 8 years. Let's address some of your specific issues. You talk about traffic. Traffic is a real problem in Morgantown. Yes, it is. It has been. It's amazing. I think we missed an opportunity way back when, and some of you will remember, and unfortunately I can too, with the West Run bypass. We have 2 problems with Morgantown. One is topography, and the other is the built environment. With West Run, what we did is created a built environment and made that much too expensive to pursue. Perhaps the proposed 705 connector will resolve some of that. We'll see. But immediately, I think what we can look forward to is what we're doing on the Mile Ground and the improvement we'll do there. With the Greenbag Road, I think we can route some of the truck traffic out of the city. That will be an improvement, and I hope help the truckers also. Campus Drive, we've looked at the possibility of another lane along Campus Drive. There's a bottleneck between Campus and University Avenue that presents the majority of the problem on Beechhurst. With another lane, a right-hand turn lane, we could alleviate some of that problem, and that's in the works. We're looking at what could be done with 119 Willie Avenue. So there are things that we are currently looking at, and there will be some relief, but I honestly think that, having way back when come from Pittsburgh and suffered through hours of traffic delay in what they call the rush hour, we have, I think, rush minutes. I think our major holdup is maybe 15, 20 minutes, so we are a little spoiled from that point of view, but obviously we'd like to do better, and we'll try. What to do about housing? Well, when I look at the statistics, I see that our housing average house is somewhere in the neighborhood of 160 to 200,000, depending on what data you're looking at, which is not unreasonable when you look at other municipalities. It is cheaper down in Clarksburg. I think maybe $20,000 cheaper. It's about the same in Pittsburgh. We have, I think, available housing here at available, affordable prices. I think some of the expectations of some of the new people are, and what's being built is being built for people who come with a different expectation as opposed to their parents who were willing to buy a house, fix it up, and then trade up as they went along. I think people want to start out now with the finished product. However, we are addressing it. We have done a housing study. We are working with the Morgantown Fairmont Housing Authority, trying to do things there. I do participate on the Housing Advisory Commission. We're trying to do things there. We have a brand new planner in place. We've done things with zoning. We've done some good things, I think, in the third ward in terms of the kind of housing that we're permitting to be built there. We're looking at what might be done along Richwood Avenue with a new PUD or a planned unit development. So I think we are making progress. There's always room for improvement, and we will continue to try. Also, too, I think you mentioned the idea of the homeless or the unhoused, I think is the way it's referred to now. That's a problem that doesn't go away. It's something that we can alleviate but not cure. There will always be a percentage of people who will prefer to live in tents and on their own for one reason or another. Some of those physical, some of those not. However, we have addressed that to some degree. We're working with the people at the Ramada. We're doing something there in terms of bringing them into the city in order to give them the kind of base that they need for their grants and their organizations in that location. We're cooperating. I'm very hopeful about that. We have taken some of our CARES funds and worked with some of the social agencies in order to alleviate some of the problems that people are having with rental and eviction. So we are very aware of that. And it is something that the city is concerned with. That we know we're not a social agency, but we know we have a community here that cares, and we try to express that. You asked about future business stability, and you talk about the numbers of growth in the outlying area, the greater metropolitan area, the greater Morgantown area it's frequently referred to. Yes, that happens, and our population has grown within the city limits a little, outside of the city limits a lot. That's a vigorous economy, and we're happy to see that. The problem with that, and the reason for that, is that business and business people, being good business people, go to where they can do things in the most economic manner. And unfortunately, it's not quite a level playing field. We get our funding from the kinds of things like B&O tax that's not charged outside the city, so it's a little more advantageous for them to go there. However, we assume the burdens of the city, and I would suggest that what happens to Morgantown and the reputation that Morgantown acquires will also be expressed in the greater Morgantown area. So if you really want a livable place, then what you really need to do is support the city. And we are looking for ways to alleviate those problems. We're working with the Municipal League, and there are some things in the hopper that we're looking to do that might make the playing field a little more level. You talk about a burden, and you mentioned specifically what about this unfunded pension? Well, that's something that was given to us long before I came on council. And we have now addressed it. You know, we are taking a portion of the sales tax and applying it to alleviating that burden. We are aware of that, and it's moving along. So we are addressing these problems as they come up as best we can. And I think if you look at what's being done, you'd have to agree, given the tools that we have to work with, we're doing pretty well. At least I believe so, anyway. And I hope you will, too. How are we going to do things for our businesses? We are doing our best to promote neighborhood businesses. We've been happy with the success here. We're looking to make a more attractive environment. What we're doing is looking at making the downtown and our neighborhoods more livable, more walkable. We have some good successes along those lines. We're looking to see what we can do in the Wharf District. We have incentives in place. We have a number of TIFs in place that are incentives for development that we hope will take hold and have proven to be very successful, in particular over in Sunnyside. Saverton has been a success for us. Some of the new stores that go over there, the Altis and what have you, have been very, very profitable, and there are some amenities in there that are really quite interesting, I think, in terms of the new climbing wall facility, the exercise facility over there, for example. Some of the new hotels that have gone in. It is a very vital place also. It's frequently forgot about when we talk about downtown and we talk about the wharf. We are participating on a broader scale, as I mentioned, with the Municipal League and some of their activities, but also in a much broader scale with the other cities in West Virginia, including that whole Appalachian corridor that is started out of Pittsburgh with the Marshall Plan. We are active in that also. I'm asking for your vote. I'm asking for your support. And even more than that, I would ask for your participation. Vote, please. If you don't live in the city, consider the benefits of the city and be a little more participatory in where you can in city activities. Thank you for the opportunity again.